Welcome back to Bricks and Trips, and welcome back to Drayton Manor. We are back. I know we've already been this year for Christmas, but this time it's no longer Christmas, it's Twixmas apparently. It's that awkward time right between Christmas and New Year where you don't know what to do with yourself, so what else is there to do but come and visit some theme parks? And given that Drayton Manor was my pick of this year's theme park events, why not make the trip back? It's still dressed up to the nines with all the Christmas trees, snow on everything, so it's a little bit frosty, let's say. And it's not just the trees that are frosty, the air is today as well. It is a very, very cold, wintry December day, but we don't mind at all. Getting a few rides and have a bit of fun. I'm hoping it's not going to be too busy today, but just looking around, oh, it's looking a bit busier than I thought it would be. And honestly, the car park was about 3 times as busy as I expected it to be this morning. But it is what it is. I think some people have started to clock on that some of the best attractions in the UK do actually open between this time of the year. But there's no complaints from me. Any time that these theme parks can be open, they should be open. And over on the continent, they do it so much better than us. So why shouldn't we have a bit of fun as well? So Drayton Manor does still have a few of the Christmas experiences available. The Twinkle Express is still apparently on. It's looking very, very quiet today. I doubt many people have bought tickets. And they do still have the Winter Light Trail, which I didn't mention in the last video, but it's a secluded little area in the zoo where you can just go and walk through and there's some Christmas trees and lights and stuff. At least that's free of charge. I don't believe that the Panto's going on today, and obviously all the grottos have all closed now as we are post the 24th, but I don't mind that at all. They've still got all the trees out, they've still got some of the photo opportunities with the snowman over there, and all of the rides are back open again. Pretty much a handful of restrictions, and most of the restrictions are right here in Adventure Cove. Stormforce 10 is closed, as is the Rapids, but as I said last time, who on earth wants to ride a water coaster when it's 2 degrees out? Instead, we'll stick to a few things that get the heart pumping a little bit. The Wave is open today, as is the Wave Swinger and, of course, Maelstrom. But whilst we are here today looking to get on a few rides, have a bit of fun, it's also my chance of the year to have a bit of a reflection on what 2025 has been and what to look forward to for 2026. But 2025 has been a year of firsts. Obviously, first and foremost, starting this channel, that's been an awful lot of fun, and thank you to everyone who's been watching along so far. If you're a first-time viewer here, hit the subscribe button, it does help with YouTube. But also, there's loads of rides that I've been on for the first time here. So, for example, Drayton Manor. I'd never been on Jormungandr before, and that ride has been here under different guises for many, many years. But also places like Paultons Park I'd never been to before this season, and I'm so glad that I've finally given the opportunity, because places like that deserve their mention on the list of best UK theme parks. Because that's what this channel is about, and it's what it's going to be about in 2026. It's about finding the biggest and the best to go on wherever we are. Ultimately, we've had a great 2025. There's been so much that we've done, but there's so much still that we've never done and we've never seen before. Before we start talking about 2026, let's go and get on some rides. I think Maelstrom's up first. Wow, Maelstrom is still a fantastic ride. I love these Gyro Swings style attractions, and 2026 is going to be a massive one for Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Maelstrom up behind me, that stands at a puny 78 feet for maximum swing. Aviktas at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, it's going to be nearly twice that, 138 feet at its maximum swing. And look at this thing's already huge. It towers over the skyline here at Drayton Manor. And to think that Blackpool Pleasure Beach's one is nearly going to be twice as high. It's going to reach the absolute limits, which I am so excited about trying. I keep thinking I'm going to pick up the VIP package so I can go on opening day and get one of the first previews, but at £50 just to go and visit one ride at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, I don't know that I'm totally convinced by that. But having said that, they do have some inclusive tickets where you can do Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Aviktas, which are £60, and I might end up picking one of those up before too long because I love a gyro swing. But that's really what I want 2026 to be about. It's about getting on some new rides, some new attractions, and hopefully even visiting some theme parks that I've never been to before. I mean, there's still places in the UK that I've never visited. You know, you've got some especially over on the East Coast, or Flamingo Land, for example, in Yorkshire, which are places I definitely should have visited by now, but just never really been in the area, and, you know, they've not been at the top of the list. This is the first year I went to Paultons Park, and I was missing an absolute trick with that there. That was a phenomenal place to go. So many new and different and interesting rides there, not like you've got anywhere across the UK. So 2 theme parks I'm definitely going to be heading to in 2026 is, of course, Flamingo Land, but also I'm going to try and get to Pleasurewood Hills as well, because that's another theme park that I've never been to, mainly because it's so far away from me, but it's worth a visit because that's what this channel's for. It's about finding new and interesting different places to go and experience for the first time, and ultimately telling you guys whether I think they're any good or not. It's so easy to have a look at places' websites and, you know, get some advice from other people and to not really understand exactly what goes on there and exactly what it feels like when you're there. I've definitely been to some of the big places and been really disappointed when I've been. You know, the first time that we've done the Viking Land Christmas event this year, I was really disappointed. We went to Chessington for the first time last year, and honestly, that was the biggest disappointment I've had in a theme park for a long time. Not due to the actual types of attractions that they've got there, but just due to ride availability more than anything else. I think operationally they had a lot to put together last year. I really hope that 2026, with their massive opening, the Paw Patrol Land, will be the wake-up call that they need to try and get that place operational again. I mean, how long's Vampire been down for this season? I'm still yet to ride one of the John Wardley creations in the UK, the creator of the likes of Nemesis and Drakon. And speaking of Drakon, Europe has one of the biggest attractions coming that it's seen in a long, long time with the addition of Arendelle at Disneyland Paris. I've definitely been considering trying to get some opening day tickets for there, but every day that I wait it just gets more and more expensive and more difficult to get there. But I do have a list of must-dos this season. 2026 is gonna be a big one. Obviously there's not much coming in the way of Drayton Manor, but Alton Towers has their new Bluey roller coaster. We will definitely be heading there for opening weekend. The same at Chessington. I really want to go and see it again and give it another chance. See how Paw Patrol Land is, because that looks like so much fun. And also experience the rest of the rides, hopefully with a bit of operational availability. On top of that, at the end of March, obviously got Disneyland Paris, this new area. Like I say, I would love to go and do that, but finding the budget is going to be a tough one. And then, of course, in May, you've got the massive new land opening at Paultons Park with Valgard, the 16th of May. I've already checked my diary. It is reserved. We will be making the trip for opening day because their new Gerstlauer Eurofighter looks phenomenal. And honestly, there's just so much I want to do, both in the UK and in Europe. As I've already said, Pleasurewood Hills and also Flamingo Land at the top of my agenda for theme parks in the UK. But there's so many places in Europe that I've never been to before. So Europa Park, Fantasia Land, these are places which any theme park enthusiast worth their salt have visited, and I haven't yet. So I'm definitely going to make an attempt at one, if not two of them this year. But anyway, enough about 2026. Let's try and get on a few rides because it is busy today. While Accelerator's running as smoothly as ever, which is to say it's not the smoothest ride, but operationally pretty swift today. That was a walk-on. Gold Rush, we had a look at the queue for that before. It was an hour long and they're running on one train operation again today, which is less than ideal. And as it is so cold today, we are heading to the Safari Pizza and Plaster for a bit of a change. I think I'm going to skip the Boxing Day pizza though. I am fully stuffinged out. It is very nice in here though. Got some sort of like rainforest cafe vibes going on. It's got loads of animals all hidden in all different corners around here. There's gorillas and rhinos, snakes, giraffes, pretty much everything. So you order at the main counter in the front, and then you head through to pick up the pizza or pasta whenever it's ready. The kitchen's just through there. So we've been to the pasta and pizza place a few times at Drayton Manor, and it's normally pretty alright. It's usually like a 7 out of 10, honestly. So I had the barbecue meaty pizza for the first time today. It was sort of sticky sweet barbecue sauce with chicken, pepperoni and meatballs on it, which is not too bad. Honestly though, I'm a big fan of barbecue sauce, but it wasn't my favourite. I think you'd probably just stick to sort of the standard tomato bases. And then I had the cheesy pasta, which is literally just pen pasta with what looked like a bucket load of cheese sauce on it. Value wasn't too bad at all though. It was £23 for an adult's pizza, a portion of pasta and 2 souvenir cups. That is including the Drayton Manor Gold Pass discounts. I mean, honestly, the pizza and pasta place, it's not the best place to eat in general, but it's not bad. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that lets Drayton Manor down, is the food options are not particularly incredible here usually. But it's theme park food, you can't expect the earth. Now that the Alftoria event is officially over, Valhalla, the Viking Land, is fully back open, and it is such a great addition to the park. I remember when I used to come to Drayton Manor, I think my biggest issue with it in the past was it just wasn't quite big enough. You know, you're paying a lot to come and do entry, and well, there wasn't loads and loads, but now with the addition of Viking Land, which I think opened in 2024, I want to say, it's been such a revolution. And speaking of revolution, that is pretty much everything this area does. You've got Thor, the, I don't know what you call it, this sort of disco spinner ride. It goes up and down the track and over the ramp and all the way up the other side. Absolutely brilliant ride. And Loki on the right hand side, right in the middle of the area actually. And this is one of the best flat rides I think I've ever been on a theme park, honestly. And one of the things I really love about this ride is just how trippy it looks when you're queuing for it. I don't think there's anything that really looks like this across the UK. Well, I think we're going to try and get a few last rides in around Thomas Land before we call it quits for 2025. What a year it's been, and what a year 2026 is going to be. It sounds like they've already got the New Year celebrations on the way. Fantastic work, team. There's so many things to look forward to. New rides at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Alton Towers, Chessington World of Adventures, Paultons Park, and that's just in the UK. There's so much coming across Europe as well, notably Arendelle opening at Disneyland Paris. I cannot wait to get on everything just as soon as I can this year. So to everyone who has subscribed in 2025, thank you so much. It really does mean so much. And for everyone who's dropped a like or hit the comment button and put some of your thoughts, I appreciate every moment of it. Well, the daylight is starting to fade here at Drayton Manor. We could be here for another hour or so. It's open 11 till 5 at the moment, which is honestly brilliant for this time of the year. 2026 is only a few short sleeps away, and what a year it's going to be. Hopefully we'll get to see Disneyland Paris's new Arendelle. We'll definitely get to see Paultons Park's new Viking area. Of course, Alton Towers and their Bluey roller coaster. I really can't wait. I'm so excited for everything that there is to come. I promise 2026 is going to be a great year, and there's plenty more coming for Bricks and Trips. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.